Are you experiencing reality glitches? A time loop breach may be closer than you think, and in the next 48 hours, you have a chance to rewrite your story. But powerful forces are keeping this hidden from you, concealing the truth about the nature of time and your potential to shape your own destiny. What if the reality you perceive as solid and unchangeable is actually a malleable construct, a kind of simulation prone to glitches? What if those strange synchronicities, those unsettling moments of déjà vu, and those recurring events in your life aren't random coincidences, but rather signs that you're caught in a time loop, a repeating cycle of experiences? These aren't just quirks of your mind, they're anomalies, rips in the fabric of reality itself, and they don't want you to know about it. Mainstream science and media often dismiss such experiences as mere chance or psychological phenomena, but we're here to tell you there's something far more profound at play. This time loop breach isn't something to fear, it's a doorway. It's an unprecedented opportunity for personal growth, a chance to break free from the limiting beliefs and negative patterns that have held you captive for far too long. Recognizing and navigating these breaches can have a transformative impact, not only on your individual life, but also on the world around you. By consciously altering your beliefs and emotional states, you can literally rewrite your personal timeline, creating a more fulfilling and authentic reality. This understanding challenges the very foundations of what you think you know about free will, destiny, and the nature of time itself. Are we truly in control? Or are we just puppets in a pre-programmed play? To understand what's happening, we need to delve into realms often ignored by traditional science, the mind-bending world of quantum physics and the provocative concept of simulation theory. The observer effect in quantum physics suggests that our very observation of reality can change it. Simulation theory, popularized by figures like Elon Musk, proposes that our reality could be a sophisticated computer program. Could time loops be glitches in this program, moments where the code repeats itself? More importantly, could our beliefs and emotions act as the programmer, influencing our perception of time and trapping us in these recurring loops? For example, if you harbor a deep-seated belief that you're unworthy of success, you might find yourself repeatedly sabotaging your own efforts, experiencing a frustrating loop of near wins and ultimate failures. There are common emotional and mental patterns associated with these time loops. A persistent sense of anxiety, a feeling of being trapped, a nagging confusion about what's real and what's not. You might experience recurring nightmares, dreams where you relive past traumas or face the same impossible challenges over and over. Perhaps you have recurring thoughts such as, "I'm never going to be good enough," or "I always mess things up." These aren't just random anxieties. They're echoes of the time loop, reflections of the limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck. But what if you could learn to recognize these patterns, not as signs of your own inadequacy, but as signals pointing you towards the exit of the loop? What if you could harness the power of your consciousness to rewrite your personal code and create a new reality, one free from repetition and filled with possibility? Are we simply living in a predetermined system, or do we have the power to change our fate? Is there a hidden force at play, manipulating these time loops for its own purposes, or are we the architects of our own reality? Over the next 48 hours, pay close attention to the repeating numbers, the uncanny synchronicities, the persistent déjà vu. They're not just random occurrences, they're clues, breadcrumbs leading you towards a greater understanding of yourself and the nature of reality. In this video, we'll provide you with the tools and knowledge you need to identify if you're currently trapped inside a time loop, and more importantly, the steps you can take to break free and reclaim your power. So, what exactly constitutes a time loop breach? It's more than just waking up to the same Monday morning over and over again, Groundhog Day style. Think of it as a ripple in the pond of reality, a subtle distortion that can manifest in many ways. Perhaps it's a conversation with a friend that replays with slight variations each time, like a broken record skipping on a familiar groove. Or maybe it's an emotional echo, a wave of sadness or anxiety that washes over you seemingly out of nowhere, linked to a past event that you thought you'd resolved. Even altered memories, a nagging feeling that something you remember vividly didn't actually happen the way you recall, can be a sign. It's these subtle shifts, these uncanny feelings of familiarity mixed with wrongness, that mark the true nature of a time loop breach. Are you dismissing these experiences as mere coincidence, or are you ready to acknowledge that something deeper is at play? Why do these breaches occur? Imagine reality as a complex computer program, constantly running simulations and projecting experiences. Now imagine that program encounters an error, an inconsistency that threatens the stability of the entire system. To correct this, the system might initiate a debugging process, a kind of corrective measure that attempts to resolve the anomaly by resetting a portion of the timeline. This could explain why time loops often feel like we're being given a second chance, an opportunity to make a different choice or resolve a lingering issue. It's as if the universe itself is nudging us towards a more optimal outcome. Think of it like a video game glitch that forces you to replay a level until you get it right. What if our reality operates on similar principles? Keep an eye out for technological malfunctions during this 48-hour window. Phones acting up, software glitches, strange errors on your computer. Notice any environmental anomalies, sudden, inexplicable changes in weather, objects that seem to appear or disappear without explanation. Pay attention to your body, too. Unexplained pains, dizziness, a sudden sense of disorientation, these could all be indicators that you're experiencing a time loop breach. The challenge now is to actively seek out these indicators in your daily life. Awareness is the first step. Only by recognizing the patterns can you begin to take control. But what fuels these reality glitches? It all boils down to belief. Our individual and collective belief systems act as a kind of blueprint, shaping our perceived reality and dictating the experiences we attract. If you believe that the world is a dangerous and hostile place, you're more likely to encounter situations that confirm that belief, reinforcing a negative time loop. Similarly, collective fears, such as the fear of economic collapse, can manifest as repeated cycles of boom and bust, playing out on a larger societal scale. And then there's the power of emotional resonance. Strong emotions act as attractors, drawing us into specific timelines and reinforcing recurring patterns. For example, if you experience trauma in childhood, you might unconsciously attract toxic relationships that mirror those early experiences, perpetuating a painful cycle. This is where the law of attraction comes into play. It's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about aligning your beliefs, emotions, and actions to create a coherent and harmonious reality. Quantum entanglement, the idea that two particles can be linked regardless of the distance between them, offers another perspective. It suggests that everything is interconnected, that our actions and choices have ripple effects throughout the entire system. A small act of kindness, a conscious shift in perspective, can trigger a chain of positive events, altering the course of your timeline in profound ways. So, what limiting beliefs are you holding on to? What emotional patterns are keeping you stuck? Consider this. Imagine you believe you're not worthy of love. How might that belief manifest in your relationships? Now, replace that belief with the affirmation, I am worthy of love and I attract loving relationships. Feel the shift in energy. This is the power you hold. But are we the only players in this game? Or are there external forces at play manipulating time loops for their own purposes? It's a question that leads us down the rabbit hole of conspiracy and hidden agendas. Could governmental organizations be experimenting with time loop technology, seeking to control and manipulate populations? It's a chilling thought, but one that can't be dismissed out of hand. And what about our own inner saboteurs? Those subconscious programs that perpetuate negative patterns without our conscious awareness. A fear of success, for example, might lead you to unconsciously sabotage your own efforts, preventing you from achieving your goals. Even the collective consciousness of humanity plays a role, shaping the nature of reality and influencing the occurrence of time loops. A shared belief in violence and war, for instance, can manifest as repeated cycles of conflict throughout history. But even if these external and internal forces are at play, remember this: your personal agency remains paramount. You have the power to choose your response, to rewrite your story, to break free from the loop. They may try to control the narrative, but you hold the pen. Never forget that you have more power than they do. With this 48-hour window upon us, how do we navigate this potential storm of fractured realities? It starts with heightened awareness. Cultivate mindfulness, practice being fully present in each moment. Pay close attention to your thoughts, your emotions, and your surroundings. Instead of rushing through your day on autopilot, take a few deep breaths, ground yourself in the present moment, and observe what's happening around you. Practice emotional regulation techniques. When you feel overwhelmed by anxiety or fear, use deep breathing exercises to calm your nervous system. Visualize yourself surrounded by a protective light, shielding you from negative energy. Repeat positive affirmations to reinforce empowering beliefs. Practice gratitude, focusing on the things you appreciate in your life. These simple practices can help you stay centered and grounded amidst the chaos. Most importantly, challenge your limiting beliefs. Write down your negative thoughts and reframe them into positive affirmations. Create a list of positive qualities about yourself. Surround yourself with supportive people who believe in you. Remember, your beliefs shape your reality, so choose them wisely. Take actionable steps towards creating the reality you desire. Set clear intentions for what you want to achieve. Take inspired action, following your intuition and seizing opportunities as they arise. Focus on positive outcomes, visualizing your success and celebrating your progress along the way. By consciously engaging with this 48-hour window, you can actively influence the time loop and create a more desirable reality. Ultimately, we need to reframe our understanding of reality itself. Instead of seeing it as a fixed and unchangeable entity, consider it as a spectrum of possibilities, an infinite range of potential timelines and experiences. Time loops are simply one manifestation of this wider range, a temporary detour on the path of infinite potential. It's also time to challenge your perception of control. We often cling to the illusion of control, trying to manage every aspect of our lives and prevent anything from going wrong. But true freedom comes from accepting the inherent uncertainty of reality and surrendering to the flow of life. Let go of the need to control every outcome and trust that things will work out for the best, even if they don't go according to your plan. Embrace the unknown, step outside of your comfort zone, and recognize that this is where true growth and transformation occur. Take a leap of faith and pursue a dream, even if it seems impossible. Start saying yes to life, rather than holding back out of fear or doubt. We are not victims of circumstance, but active co-creators of our reality, capable of shaping our own destinies. The 48-hour window is a chance to seize that destiny. You have more power than they want you to believe. The ultimate revelation. This time loop breach isn't some cosmic malfunction or a cruel joke orchestrated by unseen forces, but a catalyst. It's an invitation, a cosmic nudge urging you to awaken, to recognize the immense power you wield in shaping your reality. You've been given a backstage pass to the simulation, a glimpse behind the curtain that most remain blissfully unaware of. Those recurring events, the emotional echoes, the relentless thought patterns, the uncanny synchronicities. They aren't mere glitches. They're breadcrumbs, clues deliberately placed to guide you toward a more authentic, empowered version of yourself. Embrace them, decipher their message, and rewrite the script of your life. Imagine someone stuck in a cycle of self-doubt, constantly attracting situations that confirm their inadequacy. Now, imagine them recognizing this pattern, challenging those limiting beliefs, and actively seeking out opportunities to prove their capabilities. Witnessing this, the universe responds, presenting them with new avenues for growth and validation, breaking the loop and launching them onto a trajectory of self-assuredness and success. Remember, you aren't just living in the simulation, you are creating the simulation with every thought, emotion, and action. But what does your personal awakening mean for the bigger picture, for humanity as a whole? Each time loop breach, each individual's conscious choice to break free, sends ripples throughout the collective consciousness, like a pebble dropped in a still pond. Those patterns you've been noticing. They're not just personal quirks, they're signals of a global awakening, a collective yearning for something more meaningful, more authentic, more aligned with the true potential of humanity. If we truly grasp the idea that reality is a malleable construct, the implications are staggering. We could collectively create a world free from scarcity, disease, and conflict, a world where harmony and sustainability reign. But with great power comes great responsibility. We must align our intentions with the highest good, ensuring that our co-creative abilities are used for the benefit of all. Think of every challenge, every setback, every moment of adversity as a wake-up call, a cleverly disguised opportunity to shatter limiting beliefs, expand your awareness, and step into your true potential. These glitches in the matrix, these unexpected detours, are designed to push us beyond our comfort zones, to ignite our inner spark, and to remind us that we are far more powerful than we ever imagined. So, who or what is behind these time loop breaches? Is it some shadowy organization pulling the strings, or is it something far more profound? Perhaps it's both. Maybe there are external forces at play, entities or technologies that seek to manipulate our reality for their own purposes. But ultimately, the power lies within us. They can only control us if we allow them to, if we remain asleep at the wheel, blindly following the script they've written for us. By actively engaging with our patterns, by consciously choosing new beliefs and emotions, we can override the programming, break free from the limiting cycles, and create a reality that reflects our highest aspirations. Are we trapped in a predetermined system? The answer is a resounding no. While external influences may exist, and subconscious programs might try to sabotage our efforts, our choices ultimately determine our destiny. The universe is inherently supportive, filled with infinite potential and benevolent forces that are always conspiring for our good. Release any lingering fear or anxiety, trust in the journey, and know that you are not alone. Now, let's consider some exciting new possibilities. What if, by consciously understanding these principles, we could intentionally manipulate the very fabric of reality? What kind of world could we create if everyone embraced their co-creative power, harnessing their thoughts and emotions to manifest a more beautiful and harmonious existence? And what other glitches or anomalies are out there, waiting to be discovered and explored? Imagine technologies based on the principles of consciousness, devices that can amplify our intentions and manifest our desires with unprecedented speed and precision. Envision new forms of communication and connection, transcending the limitations of space and time, allowing us to share our thoughts and feelings directly with one another. What if we could even create entirely new realities and dimensions, exploring realms beyond our wildest imaginations? In future videos, we'll delve deeper into the hidden mechanics of the time loop phenomenon, explore the cutting-edge science behind simulation theory, and unlock the secrets to harnessing the full power of your consciousness. Stay tuned, because the adventure is just beginning. Subscribe now and prepare to have your reality shattered and rebuilt stronger than ever before.